Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, once again, and welcome to the Expert Division match between, Noot versus Z9. It's been hectic trying to get everything set up, but we got it. It's good. I'm Macronator, I'll be your streamer and play-by-play caster once again. Hopefully not a long match, I guess, and I'm joined with Navino on color casting.
Well, what's up?
He'll be calling these teams bad or good, depending on what they do.
That's true. That's true. Can confirm.
Anyways, these teams have been looking pretty good in the last couple of weeks. Noot did win the coin flip, by the way, so Lijiang is the first map. You saw the picture. There's the words on screen.
I just don't understand this lineup, bro.
No one understands this lineup. For those who can't see the lobby in stream, Noot currently has Daniel main tank, Flawless off tank, Term hit scan, X runner, Flex DPS, Adbon main support, Geode flex support. And they have claimed, quote, "This is the best lineup for the current meta that they have to offer." So,
and now my question is, are they just going to run double shield, or are they going to run, like, the ball BS?
I feel like if they were going to run Brawl, Flawless would probably...
No, I mean ball. Ball. Like, B-A-L-L.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought you said Brawl.
No, because Flawless loves to play ball, so I get the
so
feeling...
So it's probably double shield, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, wouldn't the, playing Brig Kree and everything just really invalidates a ball's existence. And I personally have always hated ball just because, like, the character just is so annoying to play against. You know, it's just like how Torb's annoying, right? Or Sim. It's just like one of those cheesy characters, in my opinion.
We are going to be hopping straight into it. Right off the bat. Lijiang Tower, not sure which points. Okay, so we are going to see Gardens.
Now we might see ball here, to be honest.
Yeah, possibly. Very interested to see what these teams decide to roll out on. Z9, as you can see, are running with the stereotypical composition or lineup that they have been for the past couple of weeks. Keith and Vexy being newer and rather stand out.
Wow, Daniel's on the ball. Not Flawless.
Okay, interesting. Oh, well, he is playing the Winston, so I'm not too shocked there. Keith actually not running out on the Zenyatta to start. He has been doing that against other opponents, but I guess they decided the Moira's probably better in this situation. Peter actually on his signature Doomfist, one of the heroes I think of the most when I think of him as a player.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about these teams personally because I really don't pay attention to Expert, but I know positions and stuff like that. But it's really interesting. You have like a very brawl-heavy style coming from Noot. I mean, sorry, Z9, while very dive poke style coming from Noot.
Super Monkey Ball coming in already for Noot as Daniel tries to boop off Peter. Doesn't quite get there, but does do a good amount of damage. Geode actually falling to Juice's Fire Strike. Actually worth noting that Juice is playing. I didn't realize that Ultra wasn't in, probably at a scrim or whatnot. But regardless, Daniel and Flawless both find kills. Daniel finding a pile driver kill, and Peter punishing the over-aggressive ball. Flawless didn't have jump, and MK kills the monkey with an environmental. Not every day you see that happen.
So what I noticed from Z9 is they push in and they do get a pick, but they don't, like, their Sombra's not set up to help them engage, and it didn't look like their Doomfist was either. Like, their comp has to be all in on one target or it doesn't get value, while the comp from Noot kind of just can exist and get picks over time because they have so much damage.
Speaking of damage, you do have the Tracer flank from X-Runner here coming in, forcing a lot of damage out onto Z9. Team names are difficult. Keith actually falls to Flawless's jump there. And it looks like a lot of chaos is being sown within the ranks of Z9 as Flawless pops his Primal Rage, looking for some more boop kills. Not really finding too much, but also forces Juice off into the corner, while Term doing a lot of damage on the Echo. Adbon will find the final blow there onto the main tank of Z9. A little bit of a scuffle happening in White Room here, but it looks like Peter is mostly trying to get out. Flawless stuck in the corner, will survive somehow. Never mind, he dies. Daniel getting swept up, pops the mines. Pack comes in. It really only finds two there, the Tracer and the Ball, which probably aren't the best targets. Nano onto X-Runner, as well as a ton of ultimates coming out. From both sides, really. Beats coming out from both. And Z9 are still just stuck into this white room. Vexy being pressured out by X-Runner, who already has yet another pulse bomb, trying to pressure out anyone who looks low. Gets a stick onto Juice, and he walks into Keith. Geo gets a kill onto the Doomfist. Not every day you see Lucio killing the Doomfist there. And Z9 just had to back out. Despite the funky lineup on odd rolls, Noot are looking about as dominant as they always are.
I mean, like, the big thing is like, they're forcing the fights to go long and benefit them, and even though Z9 switched comps, it was too late. Like, they had ultimates to continue the fight, continue momentum.
You have an attempt to stall out the point by Juice, but he gets taken out by the Ana of all things. Adbon does eventually get taken out by Peter on the Doomfist, but he falls in turn to the Tracer. Few kills actually coming in favor of Z9. Looks like Noot aren't really stalling out the point at all. Okay, we do have a final minute touch there from X-Runner and Daniel. With Red X just trying to spin to win, or spin to stall, I suppose, in this situation. Now Daniel's doing the same. Both mines come out. The entire point is now a no-go zone, but Term finding some kills in the backline. He was about as low as you could possibly get. I think he killed himself with some mines there. Both Primal Rages coming out with Daniel and Flawless boop Juice into Daniel's mines. Flawless antied and hacked, but I'm not sure if he really cares because he's in the middle of Primal Rage. Gets out. Z9 finally booped the point back over. Keith jumped off the point, but that's going to be it for now.
Z9 started having more success when they started to mirror the, like, at least the playstyle, not necessarily like a count, like mirror, but they mirrored the whole pick aspect, right? Where longer fights will help them do well because it enables their DPS. So now this becomes more a DPS match because this, unless your ball is like really, really good, I think this is a DPS matchup now.
And sure enough, we have a lot of poke damage coming in onto Term, who's just trying to find some sort of angle where he's not put into immediate danger by Peter, trying to focus down Red X on the ball. Not really hitting too many shots, Red X just kind of doing whatever he pleases, but the kills are coming in rather in favor of Noot. For the time being, his MK just gets destroyed by the mines from Term. The point will sure enough flip over as Juice falls. Now in stagger mode, as Peter desperately tries to touch the point, but he gets taken out by X-Runner before he can even land.
Big thing I would say is, wow. As soon as I say that comment about tanks not being as impactful in this like kind of composition, Flawless just gets nanoed and kills too. They set up engages and played their win cons while it felt like Z9 just didn't know what to play until they started a mirror, right? And when they started a mirror, that's when they found more success. But by the time they do that, like the ults kind of just all out of whack for them, right? So all they had to do was get 6 ults and win 1 fight. That's all Noot had to do to win that point, and they did. Or not even 6. I think they only had like 2 or 3.
Do have a little bit of a swap up here. Looking like both teams are running this Ball Sigma now that we are on Night Market. Actually, almost an exact mirror match aside from these supports. Daniel putting some pressure onto Vexy, but he just kind of backs up and pops his health pack. He'll be good for the time being. Noot taking a little bit of poke damage. Same with Z9, not too much happening quite yet as a full engage hasn't happened, but Keith finding Geode of all people. Back onto his signatures in Yada, which he impressed so heavily on previously, but he falls to Daniel, who finds 2. Keith and Red X. MK now falling as well. Z9 have no supports to speak of, at least that are alive. And that'll be first cap once again to Noot.
Wow. Really good displacement and like not panicking when you get picked. Like you're still playing so spread while they're with the Brig, they're trying to play more like together. And oh wow. Yeah, well, I'll continue later.
Red X going to stall point, but I think he's just trying to sow chaos. Daniel chasing him down. Adbon almost getting a sleep off there. Juice getting incredibly low into the main. Peter uses Pulse Bomb. Doesn't really find anything. No extreme amount of damage used there. Vexy actually popping his attack visor, taking out Term in the process, and going after X-Runner now. But not really finding his shots too much as they both kind of go their own separate ways. Back onto point, however. Mines do come in from Daniel. Z9 are sort of stuck into an awkward position where they can't back up. Pile driver coming in as well as the Gravitic Flux from Flawless, but Adbon is taken out by Redex now onto the Diva swap there afterwards. Transcendence comes in rather late from Keith, couldn't save Redex's mech, but it did save his own life, but not for very long, as... never mind, he's still alive. I thought he was going to die to X-Runner there, but not the case. Daniel does finish off that kill, and keep in mind, throughout this entire fight, Noot has stayed in control of the point up until just now. So they're getting close to one-fight territory. Noot has a rather demanding lead. You get a little bit extra percentage there, and that's about it.
I think they really capitalized on the Ana, like being able to push, like her being such a stationary target without a whole lot of like ability to move around, right? And they just, when they're running the Diva, the Brig, the Zen, like they have like Peel in place while Geo's kind of just like riding around doing his own thing. And the only Peel they have in place for their Ana is the Sig. Well, if you get your Brig and your Zen in there with on top of the Ana Sig, it's really easy to melt them, and that's exactly what they did.
Early beat coming in as well as the attack visor from Noot. The rally comes in from Enki, but it doesn't really matter. Redex tosses in the bomb. It will actually find two! Beautiful placement. It looks a little bit weird there, but it dropped down in the exact right spot. Now the teams are relatively even, but Daniel is still finding picks. X-Runner is causing a lot of mayhem for the backline. Daniel boops off Keith, and Term finds the other pawn on the side of Z9. That'll actually flip back over to Noot.
Wow. Like, the bomb was just so unlucky for Flawless, because he thought it was going to explode midair, so he put his shield at an angle, and then it landed on the ground underneath the shield.
Attack visor coming in from Vexy as well as Flawless using his Gravitic Flux. Doesn't really find anything, and Vexy gets taken out by Term. Peter trying to duel X-Runner in the backline. Neither really has any space to work with here, as they're both kind of stuck. Back onto the point, however, it's going all blue in the kill feed. Peter can only do so much to try and touch point, but he had to recall, and that's going to be a quick 2-0 on Lijiang for Noot.
I think they'd spend so much more time setting up engagements and like letting their team like surround and then engage, while Z9, even though they played like the dive comp, played so much more like brawl, where they just kind of were like, oh yes, let us W key into them. But when they W keyed into them, like they just didn't kill the targets. Like Noot still like literally just kited around the map and just never let them finish a kill. And so yeah,
Noot taking a demanding lead. I think the absence of the usual tank line for Z9, specifically Ultra and Bakanje, is rather noticeable. Bakanje actually is in the lobby as of right now. He must have just come in a moment ago. Z9 will get to choose the next map, which will be hybrid, so probably King's Row. Unless they're feeling rambunctious, and then they might actually choose Hollywood or Eichenwald. Seen a little bit of Hollywood in the past from Z9.
So I would say, and I'm just gonna see. Like I feel like we're just gonna see a lot of the same.
Probably, yeah. This seems to be a pretty consistent meta that I've been seeing from Expert for the last couple of weeks. Is this Ball Sigma, more pick-based composition. DPS are kind of changing up. Actually, the supports change up on the map basis too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or,
might
wow.
actually might have a sub in for M Key for Marquis.
Doesn't Marquis also play like Zen stuff like Keith?
Yeah, like flex support. So I'm not.
So they're just running double flex support?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Run, the good old Ana Zen and just go ham.
You could.
Either way, we're still waiting on map pick and a side pick from Noot, though I would have to guess they're probably going to want to stick on defense. They're one of the few teams that tend to like defense first in Expert, for the most part. Ooh, 3 minutes remaining.
I'm just kind of vibing, bro. Like they're both memeing because now I think they're talking about that people can't make it like Who's eliminated from playoffs now, or something?
Easy Clap is definitely not in playoffs right now because they are winless. Z9 I think has 2 wins. So
yeah,
I think it's between Z9 and Love Muffin. Z9 has to win and Love Muffin has to lose, but Love Muffin is also facing Easy Clap, so you know, it's not impossible, but it's not likely.
Yeah, pretty much. I think like it's just so weird. Expert this season, I feel like, because half the teams, I feel like, don't have a complete roster.
Yeah, basically, because they kept picking up the top 16 now, some of which trials and possibly contenders players.
Yeah.
So
we're all going to be ineligible next season.
Yup, we're gonna have to.
Rest in peace, the expert division.
Yeah, we're not sure what's gonna happen with that, but still waiting on a map pick. They got a little bit under 2 minutes, 1:53 and counting. So still waiting on that. Just like experts who talk about literally anything else. Looks like we're gonna be going to Kings Row by default, or okay, yeah, they did say Kings. So shocker, I know, but we will be in fact going to Scrims Row.
Well, I think with Z9, like, this will play more to their comfort because they'll actually be able to play. What's it called? Like, they'll just be able to just force brawl on Kings. But Ball is actually really good on first, to be honest, because of the high ground and all, like, you can just roll through and shit like that, and you're able to sow a lot of chaos.
Oh, interesting substitute. We do have the double off-tank, double flex support, as Bakante is subbed in for Juice.
They're definitely running Ball Diva. Bakante's playing Ball, Red X playing Diva.
I would be shocked if there was anything else happening, aside from maybe the Sigma Hog, but that seems to have been falling out of meta as of late. So, they got about 39-ish seconds remaining. Okay, they're ready to go. So, transition back in. Noot's still on the defense.
I think, like, I would personally think you could run double shield here with the break BAP and really just screw what their plan is. Because, like, you can tell by the lineup they really want to run the Ball Diva. And if you play, like, the break BAP Kree, like, and the Echo and stuff like that, like, you can just continually stun and disable their team's ability to play. Oh, I say that, and their Red X is on the grid. Right, well.
Okay, well, traditional double shield, double sniper, BAP. Okay, they actually did sub back in MK. I didn't even notice that. That must have been last second.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are seeing this Ball Sigma on the side of Noot on the defense. Actually, basically the same thing they've been running for the last map. Perm really being the only one who might swap here and there. Swapped off to the Echo occasionally. They seems to like this soldier pick. It's been a bit of a staple for him all season long.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend.
It looks like they're sticking on this for Z9's offense, so they like the double shield.
I mean, I do, like, it gives you just so many options. And, oh, wow.
Daniel getting incredibly aggressive.
Oh, Daniel, oh, he doesn't die. How, what? I don't know how they didn't kill him. If they have a Kree, they probably just flashbang him and then kill him.
Fair enough, he goes in for another pile driver, but actually thinks better of it as he has to back out. X-Runner actually finding Keith in the backline. Term waiting on damage from on high. Red X getting incredibly low. Term will actually fall to Vexy, who chased him down through that corridor. Daniel looking for yet another pile driver, decides against it. Now he goes in and gets out, gets stunned up by MP, but doesn't really matter when Vexy and Peter both fall in the backline. And yeah, the entire kill feed is just burning blue.
So, like, with double shield, you want to take multiple angles and, like, then WP into them afterwards. But how this comp they're playing against plays, it punishes them taking off angles, because, like, any of their duelist DPS can challenge your off angle and kind of kill you, right? So it's much harder to take those off angles without getting punished, especially with the ball in play.
Vexy swaps off of the Hanzo onto the McCree. Term actually comes back on the Doomfist and immediately gets nanoed by Advon, trying to sow as much chaos as possible. Finds Keith, actually getting forced down rather low. He should survive, yeah, he will. Daniel also getting rather low. He is back with the rest of his team. X-Runner kind of whiffing his pulse bomb there, but it doesn't really matter because the rest of Z9 are on the back foot anyways. Oh wow.
Oh, Bakanje.
Turn.
And
Okay. Oh.
how is Peter still alive?
Well, he's not. That's the answer. Interesting Bob as well, as it doesn't really pressure very much. The mines and the gravitic flux coming in. Bakanje will fall to his own one trick, and Daniel finds two with the mines. That's just another clean fight win for Noot. This has just been looking like a one-sided affair, to say the least, in favor of Noot, as they've just kind of been doing whatever they want. Honestly, Daniel's been really impressive on this ball. I wasn't expecting that. Coming from the guy who's been playing flex support for them for a good majority of the season.
Yeah, I mean, like, ball, like, you get the value by just kind of rolling through, displacing them, and forcing them to be split.
Oh,
wow.
Early bongo, the extra damage helps take out Flawless in the meantime. Daniel trying to sow some chaos in the backline, but Geode also falling on the flank, as well as Daniel now. It's a 6v2, and X-Runner is now gone. Yep, okay, well that's a team kill. I don't think you're going to hear the bells because some of them respawned.
I would say that that's exactly, they just played as one big group then, and stopped allowing them to get sectioned off. Because like they kept trying to take these off angles and get punished for it, and then they just were like, we get double shield. If they try and dive us, right? If they try and like go into our group, we just break, stun, flash, bang, pull, rock, everything, right?
Wallace
and
losing
now like
his
they
shield.
push Sigma, or go back and kill the ball.
Once again, another Bob coming in from Vexy gets, or no, sorry, Peter was actually in the Ash, not Vexy. Was on the 3. Gets slept out almost immediately. Turn punish for getting a little bit overly aggressive on the Doomfist. Vexy waiting a perfect amount of time to use his High Noon to not get eaten by Flawless, who is effectively in his face. And Geode once again caught out in the backline without the rest of his team to help him.
Oof. And see, like, even though they got picked there at times, in the longer fight when they're grouped, the Brig just gets massive value. So unless you kill the Brig at the very beginning, it's very hard to finish that fight, you know?
Yeah, especially with MK having his rally and Bakanje having his flux, they're going to be looking to use those. Flawless already taking some poke damage.
X-Runner's now going to play the Reaper, and I think he wants to just play more as a flanking Reaper, because he just wants the damage to finish the kills, right? And
Nano comes in onto Daniel. He gets stunned out of his pile driver, but he does get the mines off, and Flux just kind of forces everyone down into it. Bakanje, antied, and basically 0 health will get taken down by Flawless in the end. Daniel gets a bit overly aggressive. And that's going to be a slight disengage from Z9. Do still have some poke happening, but otherwise the fight's effectively over.
I mean, right there, they just had ultimates, and the Mine Flux combo is such a good combo. Oh, wow. Wow. Nothing really you can do there.
Nope. Term swapping over to the Sombra, hopefully.
And then Flawless just kind of gets rolled.
Vexy on the flank here, possibly looking for High Noon. Yep, sure enough, he waited for the Sleep Dart to come out and got both supports for his patience. He's on point. Oh, Daniel.
And that's exactly how your comp wants to play, right? You're just playing into them, forcing them, like, to commit to your 6 as a whole. And then your Brig gets the value from the AoE healing, your Kree gets the value from the stuns, and then you even like your Ashe gets value from Dynamite, right? Because your Ashe can kind of hang back, like, not on an off angle, but just behind.
Nano, Bongo, and Bob all come out with the window now to help.
Wow.
But that was just a stomp. The kill feed is bright red. But a singular...
Rest in peace, Flawless, bro. I've never seen a Nano Ryan get killed so quickly. Like, he literally just got pulled, he got flashbanged, he got bashed, and then he had a window and a bongo in front of him.
Term actually making his, I believe this is his 3rd or 4th swap of the map so far onto the Bastion, but they were ready for him as Bakanje comes in with the Flux, forcing Flawless off the point. We'll get him down to about half health. Keith's lamp is now gone, but Flawless is gone, and that's probably a more valuable pick there. Term eventually falling to Red X, and it's looking pretty grim for anyone that isn't on Z9 right now. Theo trying his best to stall, but there's only so much you can do. Charge coming in, but he gets booped, rocked, everything underneath the sun, and that's a minute 22 for Z9.
I just felt so bad for Paulus, man. Like, what do you even do there? Like, you can't even play the video game.
You're a shield bot, officially.
100%.
You're less efficient, Teresa.
Initiating match.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
They certainly look like they've been practicing this double shield, Z9 has. They look a lot more comfortable on it than they did on Li Zhang.
I mean, like...
Actually, it looks like we're seeing the swap onto the double shield for attack as well, so we're going to be seeing a little bit of a mirror match, or at least in terms of the tank line.
I don't like this DPS duo with double shield though. And I don't know why we're running Mercy back. This is a wacky. Like the Ashe, I understand because Ashe still gets a lot of value with her ultimate and with Dynamite. I will say a more popular combo has been Kree Hanzo, Kree Echo. I've even seen some teams run the Kree Sombra with a double shield. It all just depends on like your comfort.
I would almost expect the Widow to just be a temporary pick. To find some picks early on. Or maybe they're running out on it, what do I know? No, actually Term is still in spawn. I thought he ran out with the rest of the team. I don't imagine he's going to find very much. No, so he's going back and probably swapping. Nope, okay, well he's still going out. What do I know? Either way, the bunkers
with this composition, I would consider the Shield War to be won by just who is it? Z9? Yeah, Z9, because they just have so much more damage, like gross damage.
Well, right as you say that, the shields are getting forced down by Z9 a lot quicker. Daniel is being taken down rather low, however, but Noot are taking some pressure onto the point. Term actually finding two there, Redix and Vexy. They're not really dealing with this Widowmaker. Peter trying to hit some shots on the Ashe, and he actually does win that duel. But he's alone.
I would say, like, you have to identify your win conditions here, right? And if I am Z9, I see they're running Widow Soldier and Sig, and I would just straight push into them. Because they have to take off angles to get value with those two picks. While you have a Kree and Ashe, or now a Hanzo and Ashe, but that can just like go forward and spam. And just kill, right? While they have to take off angles to get value. So I would have just pushed in with your Brig and brawled it out, especially when they took so much time to rotate.
Already the fight is breaking out here in this first choke point. The window comes out from Adbon, forces everyone to back around the corner there. Lamp already coming out from Key, so they won't have that turn up. Adbon just melts Redix. Nothing you can really do about that, but Vexy is on the flank and finds Term. As well as Key finding Daniel there. The returned window, finding a lot of value. A lot of damage coming in. Or Noot just being forced to wait. Vexy spawn camping, but not really finding anything and deciding caution is the better part of valor there.
The counter window was great. It was able to keep his team up, and also like they punished the over aggression by Daniel on that corner because he thought the fight was won, and they were able to just punish it. And now they're playing the second corner because they're waiting for the Red X to get back.
Yep, sure enough, once again the poke comes in, the bunkers are basically right on top of each other. Bob, as well as both Gravitic Fluxes now come out, but Daniel got focused down out of his... But X-Runner is also using his attack visor. Looks like Bakanje will... Oh, no, sorry, Daniel will be rezzed.
Oh, just Dragon.
Coming in from Vexy will force everyone back. Term now separated from the rest of his team, but once again a window coming out from Adbon. That was
they should have bongo this fight up. Like, what? No, just... Oh.
They're just backing up. C9 wants to take this point.
Okay.
Give up more control percentage. The window comes in once again from Keith. And here's the bongo. They want to hold right here. Seems to be their happy place.
But now they're not going to get...
No, Noot just disengages.
Yeah, and like that's why you need to use bongo when the team is caught in a rotation where they can't back up, right? Because if they just back up, you lose all that value because like it's just zoning ultimate now.
Term using his dragons from the backline will get taken out by Bakanje and Peter, but the dragons have done a decent amount of damage. to the front line where they're forced out. Term actually getting rezzed up by Geode. Bakanje is in the middle of Noot.
Another bad.
Bob is thrown out into the back line. Looks like Noot are rotating around. Yeah. I'm gonna take this a long way around. The window once again coming in. Everyone's rather low on the side of Noot. Adbon is there to heal him up. Will they be able to survive as Z9 are now the ones that just simply disengage? But they are in a little bit of an awkward position right now as the flux comes in from Daniel and will actually finish this time. The lamp was good and the window is now good. You just tuned into the stream. Z9 is not on the offense. They just took a weird rotation and Noot forced them onto the offensive side of things.
That's why I hate double shield, because no one's dying, bro. like nothing has died.
Flux coming in as well as Bakanje's, as well as Geode's Valkyrie. Finally, Renex and Daniel both fall after quite a long time, but the res comes in. No, never mind. I think it was cancelled. Window comes in from Adbon. X-Runner will find. Where's that dragon coming from?
Where's that dragon coming
from? Behind, from spawn.
What?
Vexy is caught behind. He was killed.
Oh yeah, I forgot they weren't attacking. To be honest.
Term will find Peter, and it looks like this is going in favor of Noot for the time being as they're aggressing forward. Bakanje is now caught out. He is getting rather low, but the Immortality Field is there to keep him alive. Actually, for both sides. The Immortality Field is up. Daniel will fall back on the ball. Dragons separate C9 once again. Heart's been sticking here for what feels like an eternity, because I'm pretty sure Noot's started this second point push on 5 minutes plus.
It did.
So this is taking forever. But it looks like they'll finally take second point here.
I'm pretty sure Flawless built 2 bongos in like that in one fight, which is insane because like Bongo's such a slow building ultimate.
One of the top rated main tanks in Expert thus far, and he's showing why when he's actually on main tank as opposed to off tank like last week for some.
I just don't understand.
I don't understand anything about these players. I just take it as they come.
Dude. Nothing died.
I just take it as it comes. Already the flux coming out from Bakanje, but I believe.
Oh, that's a nice one.
The lamp was coming out, but wasn't enough. Adbon does get rezzed up, and Renex does fall. Keep in mind, Z9 does not.
Flawless has a third bongo.
Z9 does not have a res. Daniel tosses out the mines, but pays for it with his life. Peter up on the high ground, forcing Adbon down. Will actually find Term. Geode's not going to have res available for that, but he does pop the Valkyrie, so he's looking for something here. Adbon is taken out by Vexy in the meantime.
Like that bongo, considering they're like isn't that? Oh no! Oh, all right. It didn't really get any value. I understand the idea behind it. It just didn't really get the value you needed, and now they were able to disengage again. Shocking.
Teams just poking for the time being around their respective corners, trying to push up. It looks like Noot finally finding the courage to do so. Flawless caught in the middle of the dragons will actually take out the majority of X-Runner's health. Kanje's rock finishing him off. It looks like the dragon from Term won't find equal value. The window comes out from Keith as well as the rally from MK, so there will be quite a bit of a chunky health pool on the side of Z9, but Term will actually get rezzed up and find revenge onto Peter. A lot of poke happening, but not a lot of cart progress. Already guaranteed less of a time bank than Z9 if they finish. If the window comes out from Adbon, but Z9 seems to just disengage. Have to push forward. Bob coming out from Peter. X-Runner actually gets focused down from his attack visor. They will not have that. Vexy builds yet another dragon and unleashes it. The kill feed is pretty heavy-handedly going in favor of Z9 right now.
They go Junkrat now?
Interesting.
I don't know why they're stuck on the Mercy this long, and like, yes, Geode has gotten free reses a ton, but I just think that the Bat Brig gets more value in a longer fight, while Mercy kind of only does one thing, and that's heal / damage boost. And who did they even damage? They did damage boost to Soldier. Like, I don't even know.
Bakanje with an early flux looking to deny them any possibility of touching the point. I'm actually not sure if they can touch. Someone needs to get over there. They have 5 seconds remaining.
No, Valk will.
Geode will be able to, and the kill feed is going mostly in favor of Noot here, so they should be able to push it back. Daniel falling, though, is a big pick. It will take a while for him to come back unless he decides to
They
swap
should
over.
get a recap. Oh, Vexy.
Vexy back on the Widowmaker actually will take out X-Runner, take out a sniper counterpart. But someone does need to touch. Vexy is forced on the Widowmaker back over to the point, and Red X is onto the Wrecking Ball just to spin to win at this point, as if they can take this to even up the series. A lot of damage coming in, and Bakanje falls off the map. Adbon no longer has Lamp available for that couple seconds, and Geode falling is massive. Vexy finding more kills. Peter adding his name to the kill feed on the correct side of the kill feed, and that is going to be an evened up series.
That was so unlucky for Bakanje. They pile drive as he's charging out, so he gets lifted above the cart and pins off the map.
We'll have Peter here getting the play of the match. Play of the game, rather. Oh.
I can't. I hate like my personal. I like faster games. Like I dislike these long, drawn out fights that Double Shield encourages, and that's especially in the mirror. In the mirror, it's so frustrating.
Well, we are guaranteed a map 4 now, at the very least. It is Noot's map pick and Escort, so they'll be able to choose from Dorado, Gibraltar, or Rialto. Been seeing a lot of, what do you call it? Gibraltar from expert teams in particular.
Yeah, I mean, and now that we're going to see Rialto.
Okay. Seems generally like a rather popular map in general. So, not too shocked. Might be able to see something other than Double Shield here. Fingers crossed.
Enough.
There are subs available for Z9 in particular. Not sure if they'll really want to, as they...
no offense to Juice, but isn't Juice like 3,400 in an expert?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, he peaked 3591. I'm 3601. Well, I'm just going through a season. Like, he's not bad. It's just like it's a different speed of the game, right? Even at low masters versus this, because almost everyone here, right, is like high masters to mid GM, right?
Just about. Yeah, I actually think almost everyone playing right now is mid GM even.
Is Flawless? I thought Flawless was like 39. Hard stuck 3900.
I don't know.
That's not even a burn of Flawless. It's just I thought that's what he was.
I don't know.
I'm just waiting.
Well, regardless, we do have Rialto is the next map. C9 gets to choose the side. I wouldn't be shocked to see him pick offense first again. Seemed to work for him last time. Ooh. Sorry, if this goes to map 5, my voice will be dead.
Hey man, 10 maps in a row, baby.
Oh, actually, they changed their mind and go to Dorado instead. So, one sec, let me update that.
Wait, they said Dorado now instead.
Yep.
What? Lamau?
There we go. Okay, so Z9 actually does want defense. So possibly some, I don't know, some Echo, Pharah play, something like that. Maybe some snipers.
I highly doubt we'll see Pharah, but I wouldn't surprise me. You seem like I wouldn't be surprised to see like an Echo Kree comp or Echo Hans or something like that. They're putting Juice back in?
Are they?
Oh no, never mind.
I have chat hidden so I can't see what they're calling for. So they have about 1:30 remaining to get everything settled before we can hop into Dorado. Oh, let me update the score. There we go. It is tied up 1-1, heading into map 3. Potential for one of these teams to regain the lead in the series, or just take it for the first time. So who knows? Anyways, we are hopping over into Dorado now.
Traveling to Dorado.
Yeah, I think that it'd be definitely interesting to see what teams run here, because like I really think that it really depends on the style that the map dictates, that it determines which team with these teams is really better. Because like you saw in the double shield mirror, I think that Z9 just looked a little more prepared, while in like a control map where you can run these ball comps to high success rates, you see Z9. I mean, Noot look much more comfortable. And look, we're gonna see the ball signal. Shocking. With the Widow though.
Yeah, Term has proven time and time again that his Widow is not to be trifled with. Be interested to see what X-Runner decides to run out with here. There's a lot of possibilities. A lot of challenges as well with Peter and Vexy on the double sniper.
5, 4, 3.
Bill has not chosen, but the rest of the team... Okay, so they actually will run out in the Echo. Watch out for Peter's Ash in particular. Term, scouting out. We'll find that they're still running the double shield, although I guess at this point they would be expecting that. Adbon over on the flank, it looks like.
Oh, Red X is dead.
Oh, okay, well, I think that was Red X getting booped off by Geode, and just getting focused down. And sure enough, yeah, actually X-Runner is taken out by the exact same thing that he needs to look out for. Sure enough, the mammoth-sized hitbox of Echo does not work well against hit scans, especially when they can hit their shots. Vexy actually losing the sniper, or sorry, Vexy winning the sniper 1v1 against Term.
Yeah,
like...
so I think... Wow. This is just... But now that we get into this close choke, and then when you're breaking, you just aggress into them, like you see Z9 stabilize, right? Because they could, like, the break in BAP AoE heals get a lot more value than the Ana Lucio combo that they're running.
Beautiful stagger there into Geode that will kill a little bit more time. It looks like they're actually swapping things around. Term will be on the Echo and X-Runner will be on the Hanzo, no less. I guess they decided they had enough of the Widowmaker. And Term has played Echo quite a lot in the past.
I feel like the issue is just the style of the composition. Like, unless you get just a one shot or a pick of some sort. But even if you get a pick, right? Because they gotta pick that first fight. Oh, and you just watch ults now.
Okay, yeah. Well, Bakanje gets, I believe that was 3 with the Flux, killing 2, and the rest is just cleanup at this point. Yep, there the bells. Team kill. Noot has 2 minutes to get to first point. They can take it from there.
I think that, again, the style of composition they're playing against, like, when they try to engage, like, even if they get a pick, because you have to engage and, like, push this cart and push them off, like, MK can just sustain his team forever. Because now he'll have Rally, they have all these abilities that just continue to sustain their team.
Dragon's coming out from Vexy will force everyone into the little corner on the stairway, but it wasn't enough space, and they will be taken down. It's a 3k for Vexy. Make it 4, perhaps, as he is looking to find anyone else. Geode actually does get the res up on the Flawless, and it looks like they want to take this fight almost immediately. Keith using his window.
XD, why?
Vexy getting a little bit overly aggressive, chasing some kills there. Probably not what he had intended, as the fight is really just left to the next few members of Z9 remaining. Keith falls. MK has the rally, but they're forced on the back foot anyway, at least for the time being, as Noot are finding the kills and pushing on forward. Term causing a lot of ruckus, a lot of damage. Bongo comes out from Red X, but I'm not sure if it's going to find enough value. Bob as well being invested from Peter, but Peter falls. Bob not really finding too much there. Vexy taking out the ball. That's really all he's going to find before he falls. About 40 seconds remaining, building up to a little over 3 minutes. Noot will take first point.
See, they like that was just such a staggered fight, right? Where the ball, even though like they got so many kills there, they never reset. And then Vexy got a little overzealous with the trying to follow up on the ball, and then just gets punished by the closer spawns of Noot, which was able to let them capitalize because they were able to snowball with their ults.
And sure enough, we do have the wide open area where the snipers theoretically have a good advantage here. Term is going to have a rough time finding airspace, but he seems to be doing fine in terms of finding an area to pressure everyone down. And Vexy, another Dragons, will find Flawless. And Term is incredibly low. He will be forced into the little cathedral there. It looks like Z9 will be reclaiming control of the point for the time being. Vexy killing Term off. That'll be this fight.
I think, wow, that, again, now that they're able to control high ground, the only real contest they have. But I want to say one thing. Flawless had really nice rock canceling. Even though he sacrificed his life for it, it was really cool play. And now Flawless is just going to move point.
Yeah, he's just sitting on cart, allowing the rest of his team to push forward, maybe find some kills. Daniel, speaking of which, finds Vexy. Bakanje caught in the flux, but the lamp is there to prevent any premature death, as well as the BAP Matrix. Keith decides that it's now go time.
Oh, he missed the wall, so now the bomb's all the way over there.
Ironically enough, he is pressuring out what looks like Geode, so he can't fly too high. Term actually copied Rally coming in, so there is a good amount of sustainability now inside of Noot that wasn't there previously. The Bongo does force Noot back, but X-Runner finding Peter is opening up a lot of possibilities here as he claims control of the high ground. The mines disallow C9 from disengaging, at least easily. MK is now stuck in a corner with X-Runner shooting from on high, and the rest of Noot just chilling right in front of him. Adbon will fall to Keith in the backline, flanking Baptiste. That's a new one, but it doesn't really matter as it's really just Peter on the point, but he goes to the moon as Daniel boots him out.
And now, like how I talked about that first point choke on Dorado, where the Brig just gets mega value. Like the Brig's value is going to be really accentuated here on such a enclosed point, where they're just going to be forced to brawl a lot.
Already Daniel and the rest of Noot setting up. Adbon actually finding Vexy, but not before he gets a stick onto Term. X-Runner finding Peter, and Term actually gets rezzed up, so Noot's in a pretty darn good position here as Keith falls. MK trying his darndest to keep everyone alive, but there's only so much burst healing that a Brig can do. Sure enough, he is the next to be focused down and will fall. Daniel lighting up the kill feed, but not without the help of Adbon and the rest of his team. Already the point is on that final approach. Mines coming in around the point. Redx coming back on the ball, won't really find too much. Actually getting taken out by the dragon! Oh, he probably regretted his decisions the second he got up into the air. Duplicated Diva coming in, possibly a bomb, sure enough, as I say it. And that's probably going to take care of the Bob, yep. Flux coming in from Bakanje.
Oh, Sig9.
Oh, no, sorry, that was Flux coming in from Flawless, and that was the Sig9, yep. Without the Arisa's Fortify, you can't get out of it that easily. 57 seconds. Not impossible to beat, not easy either. Third point here is rather difficult to cap. So what would you like to see out of Z9's attack to help them beat the pace of Noot?
Okay, so one, I feel like Noot was able to, because they, like, Z9 I felt, like, I said on this King's Row, I think that, that Red X just doesn't really get value out of the Bongo. And it could be because I know he traditionally plays off tank, so he could be on an off roll or whatever, so he doesn't really, he's not practiced on the Orisa, right? But I just don't see him getting a ton of value with these Bongos. Daniel's getting consistent value out of his mines, and like I think that a lot of people think the double shield you just play slow and play for picks and stuff like that, but it all depends on the composition you're playing against. The mirror, yes, that's true, but in this kind of composition, you want to play fast and force engagement so your Briggs get value and get kills, right? Because your Brig is like an enforcer here. And I want to see Z9 play faster in general because of that win condition.
Pretty much the same composition rolling out from both sides. Only change being Peter is now onto the McCree with Vexy on the Ashe. Probably to deal with that Wrecking Ball just a little bit more. Sure enough, Daniel gets stunned up, brought down low, but he will survive. And feed that ult charge to his healers.
Yeah.
However, the card is already pushed over to this choke point with Daniel looking for a nice boop kill. Actually, will find it onto the one person meant to counter him and stop him from doing anything. Onto,
They're actually so much
Peter.
to kill him here, yeah.
Yeah, they stunned him up enough.
Oh.
Redx falling, as well as Geode getting a nice res there, so they won't really lose any pace on the defense, but Z9 will have to
Oh,
wait.
but MK brings it back.
Beautiful pick there onto X-Runner from MK. And a surprisingly standout main support this season in terms of expert.
He was an
Already
inter
has
last season, right?
before he got moved up to advanced, yes.
Ah.
Duplicated Sigma comes out, already 60-70%, never mind he has his Flux, and that is a 6-man Flux, 5 if you count Redx getting out of it. Adbon does fall, but it doesn't really matter as the rest of the kill feed is burning blood, essentially, and blood red, as well as the res coming on to Adbon, so once again, Noot coming out the absolute victors of that defensive hold.
Yeah. I think a big thing is the copy got massive value. And they didn't really focus it. And that's really the big thing. Like that turned the fight. Again, they were able to extend the fight long enough to get ults and then use the ults to extend the fight. Oh.
They have the normal Flux and the Mines to combo with Daniel. Now booping them forward into the rest of the team, and they're now split the Dragons just for extra security and killing everyone. And once again, team wipe.
Yep.
Almost mutual destruction there, as Peter actually swaps off of the Kree onto the Echo, and Daniel finds Vexy. God damn, for someone who's been playing Flex support all season long, he's honestly been ridiculously good on this ball all series long.
Yeah. He gets constant value, he's not dying, even, honestly, he should die.
Yeah.
But, so I think it's a mix of him playing actually pretty well as Z9 really not capitalizing like they need to.
Oh no, but speaking of Daniel...
I say that.
He gets focused down and caught out, but it doesn't matter because Vexy's Bob is nullified almost immediately, so that's one ultimate down the drain.
Wow, how do they let X-Runner live there? I can't.
Peter getting incredibly low, but will back out and survive. They actually flipped the tables here. Flawless now caught out. Daniel now back onto the point, however. Kanji does have his Flux. Not sure if he wants to use it here, as no one on Noot's grouped up. Sure enough, they engage the window. We'll find a good amount of picks there. The res comes in onto turn, but I'm not sure if that is really going to matter.
The turning point was when Daniel gets picked, and then they're able to push for free without the harassment, and they just are able to take the space they need, and they were able to continue their momentum, use their ults, and they didn't let the fight last too long. They got the kills quickly and when they needed to. That was a big key. It's as long as they get picks before they can come back and just use ultimates.
Oh, wow. Peter gets a little bit too aggressive there. Goes into the backline. Will actually duplicate the ball to survive, but now he actually has Mines as well, so he will be able to get some value out of it. Sure enough, the Mines coming in onto the Hanzo and the Zen, but Adbon uses his Transcendence to destroy all of the Mines. Flawless finds Vexy with his own Gravitic Flux, and Term once again copies the Sigma, looking for a repeat. Already has his Gravitic Flux, might as well use it at this point. Finds, I think that was 3? Yeah, 3.
Yep.
Redx didn't have his Fortify that time. Term getting a little bit low, actually focused down by Vexy on the Tracer now. Of all things. Redx has his Bongo.
Z9's now trying to match the longer play style versus their comp by you playing the Echo Tracer with the Mercy to pocket. They're now playing a more DPS centric comp in an effort to try and counter the DPS of Noot, frankly, and the ball.
Oh, speaking of the ball, Daniel gets caught out by Keith. There's not much.
This is a really good bongo. I've been giving him a lot of crap, but this is a really good bongo.
Oh wow, Keith finding all the kills right now. As they just roll on through second point with about 3 minutes remaining. That was a pretty fast second point take. Peter once again has his duplicate. Will likely be looking to use that early on this upcoming fight. Few swaps come in for Noot. Daniel swaps off of the ball, finally decides he's had enough, and goes over to the Orisa. Interesting to see what he can do with this. Speaking of which, he's now dueling Peter up on the high ground, but Peter gets the better of that duel, and speaking of which, he is now a Sigma. Finds the rock onto Flawless, and actually the kill onto Flawless. Forcing his way towards the enemy spawn, forcing them back. Builds up Gravitic Flux, not going to be able to really use it. Yeah, unfortunately, doesn't get any value out of it, but the cart is moving on forward. Geo tries to touch, but they can't. Oh, Daniel does on the ball, but he dies almost instantly. X-Runner now onto cart with Hanzo, but dies almost immediately. Admon back with his Transcendence, but that's only going to last for so long, and they still have about double the time of Noot.
No, that I felt like they really took the focus off Red X and Pakanche having to play coordinated, having to like play the composition well, and more onto Vexy and Peter just being able to get picks, which allowed them to frankly just do much better because it was then more of a DPS duel, and where their tanks are just kind of the anchor on point that are like that are support for the DPS. When before, like the DPS were completely dependent on the tank's play because of pull, because of all those picks and other such things. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Words.
Well, we are seeing, interestingly enough, a soldier pick from Vexy on the defense here. Hasn't seemed to have gotten an incredible amount of value in the past, regardless of who's playing it this series, but who knows? Different map, different scenario.
But be ready to adapt if necessary.
Yeah.
Just might work for him. Potentially seeing X-Runner on the Genji. But of course, Noot is on the offense, so they can
I don't know
swap
if
out.
wow, they're just doing traditional dive here.
Okay, I wouldn't be shocked to see him stick on this then, because they do have the Nano Blade synergy as well as the Mercy Echo synergy. So Super Monkey Ball. Yep, sure enough, Daniel going around to the background actually finds MK alone, but not for long as he gets focused down.
Oh.
I don't think he was expecting the focus beam of Peter to be that lethal quite yet. Keith falling a little bit low, but we'll get healed up.
Focus beam is such an underrated like ability to burst down the ball.
Okay,
Oh wow.
Peter gets the better in that Echo 1v1, but the res is coming in. Adbon falling doesn't bode well for Noot's chances, however, as actually wins the Echo duel. Looks like he might have lost it there for a second. X-Runner doing Genji things in the back line. Getting away with it, that's the more important thing. Generally you die when you do Genji things.
Again, like I'm watching Flawless, not Flawless, like Noot in general just play these. Oh, I'll talk after.
Do have the attack visor coming in from Vexy as well as the window, but he's not utilizing the window for his attack visor. Keith finds Daniel, which is another huge pick. Does look like the kill feed is going in pretty heavy favor for Z9 as X-Runner used his blade with about 2 health left. Unfortunately, that's all he could do. Defendable, not easy.
Wow. Big thing is I keep watching like Noot play these like bendable like fast engaged comps that like can continually like that can win in long staggered fights, right? If they get picks and they continue to stagger in, right? While Z9 is playing like these comps that allow them that really just are like, we get a pick, we win. Like that's it, right? The way they're grouped up, they do other things, and in an overtime situation, I think that kind of comp is better because once you win that one defined fight, especially with under a minute or like with around a minute for Noot, it becomes a lot harder to like do anything, right? Because if you just win one fight, which is all you need, you can do. It's not like they had 4 minutes where you could take multiple fights, and you had to watch Z9 Z9 had to win multiple fights. They just had to win one, right? So they did.
Interesting composition coming out from the defense now on the side of Noot, a Mei, and an Echo, as well as the more stereotypical close hold for this Rhine Sigma brawl. They do not have a Hanzo, so they can't scout it out. Who knows what they'll be expecting here. Of course, there isn't very much to defend in terms of space for Noot, so they need to win these fights pretty convincingly. Bakanje already getting rather low, but Noot is forced back into the room. They are contesting the point, but for how long can they keep this up? Flawless getting rather low, as well as Daniel. Both tanks taking a huge brunt of the damage as Bakanje is back to the other side and actually getting focused down by Flawless, but it looks like they both go their respective ways as Flawless falls. Adbon uses his window. There's a huge amount of damage coming in for Noot, but they have such a small area to work with here. Vexy finding 2, flanking around the backline. Now we'll open everything up pretty wide, but keep in mind that Noot doesn't have very much space to work with. Probably will get back in time, but it's going to be a little bit dicey, especially considering they effectively fed Z9 a lot of ult charge there.
Next runner goes to Doomfist because he's recognized he's not going to get mailed in time, and the pick potential from Doomfist in like a last fight comp scenario is much more important, and that's why they're playing Widow.
Term is looking for this Echo, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to win this duel. However, yeah, he actually uses the duplicate and wins the Widow duel there. Z9 now finding the kills onto point, and this is yeah, this is gonna be Z9 taking the lead in the series for the first time. However, there are new people back, but it doesn't quite matter.
Close game.
Very close. Odd game as well.
Very odd. Very odd.
Well, Noot's been doing this for the past couple of weeks, where they'll just have the weirdest people playing the weirdest roles. So,
what's their record? Are they all one of the 5-2 teams or no?
Yeah. They're one of the top teams. They're still #1 in the standings, so.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows, bro? Now it goes to 2CP, right?
Yes. Off to, let's see, what are the options? Volskaya, Temple of Anubis, or Hanamura. Past, it's been a lot of Volskaya, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Say, because like it's a really back and forth game that's very chaotic. Like it honestly feels like one of my comp games. And it's weird. Now they're swapping. Why? Why do this? Why?
I guess I'll just talk until Akri gets back. Yeah, so Noot has now just swapped everyone back to where you
Their
would expect
actual role.
them to
I hate
be based on
Are they sandbagging? Is this ironic?
Okay, I'm back.
They swapped all the roles.
Oh. Let's see.
Back to what you would think.
Yeah, this is actually more stereotypical, so we might be seeing a map 5. Looks like we are in fact going to Volskaya. No real surprises there. Teams have exactly 3 minutes remaining. Okay.
Oh, bro, I forgot to order food.
We are going over to Volskaya Industries. Noot on the attack first, once again.
Initiating match.
Yo.
C9 will have their opportunity to make their statement. If they can win this map, they win the entire series, regardless of what roles Noot has everyone playing.
See, I could see them bringing it back now because this is like a lot better, like of a lineup for them.
Ready for battle.
Oh,
But Z9 hasn't
obviously.
looked bad.
No, definitely not. Also keep in mind that, well, Noot is missing Client at the very least. Ultra is also missing on the side of Z9, so who knows what this could actually be if these teams were playing seriously, with everyone on their optimal roles.
Okay, and yes, I know I've harped on Red X as like a risk player here because like I feel like he's gotten very little value at the Bang. But I think he's played fine in the sense of like he is not the reason they've looked lost, in my opinion. I think it's a mixture of just lack of overall synergy more than just Red X playing himself.
Defend objective A.
Some early mines coming in from Peter there. We'll find Adbon and give him a...
Oh, they're running traditional dive. Wow.
Yep, actually, almost exactly traditional dive.
Throwback to like the old days.
2017. A lot of damage coming in onto Flawless there. He will survive for the time being and give quite a bit of ult charge to Daniel on the Ana.
Oh,
The dive comes in onto Vexy and he just gets Goomba stomped into oblivion. He'll be back in about 8 seconds. Be a little bit less. No focus onto the points quite yet. They're looking for the next dive target, and it seems to be Keith, and sure enough, he falls almost immediately. The target focus here from Noot is just absolutely incredible, as Peter's really the only one who's able to get any kills on the side of Z9. Almost found Term. Adbon, in the meantime, is finding quite a lot.
Whoa. He is cop.
Yes, he had copy. And now he's a copied Baby Diva, so that's probably not going to work out too well for him, as Vexy is now back, but he's the only one who is back. And
I think he built that faster than they built Nano.
yeah, yep. He was doing.
That's
a lot
really
of
saying
damage.
something.
Peter's insane. Like Peter's a crackhead, in all honesty.
That's a wow moment. I didn't even realize he had copy, but now he goes to the Ash, which is going to be like they're not playing like really anti-dive. I think if they went like they probably get off Soldier at some point, but like it's just hard to dive in Ash because of the Coach Gun, and now you have the Brig that's sitting them. So this is a good comp for them.
Yeah, especially with the Nanoblade coming up, they picked about the largest health pools and the beefiest characters they possibly could.
Where's Thick Kree then?
Okay, well, the Nanoblade doesn't really become abated by anything in that composition as it finds both the Sigma and the Baptiste. One tick already claimed and MK falling low in the backline. Geode actually falling to Vexy, no less. Peter comes back on the Doomfist, messes up his punch and actually all of his cooldowns as he gets unlucky and falls. Flawless, causing a lot of ruckus in the backline, and now with his Primal Rage boops everyone away from the window. They can't even find any value from it, forcing Keith off of the point and off of the map, and that's a 4.5 minute take, folks.
I hate this.
Oh my god.
Why do I?
To 2. Switching sides.
Why do I have to always like cast these games? Like I remember when I cast Advanced like Tokyo versus Overcharged and Anubis happened and it was like 6-5 and it was like why? Why me? And this is how exactly I feel because it's like Noot goes, yes, let us troll the first three maps and then roll on Volskaya. Ha, yes, calculated. If they end up winning the series in map 5, I'm gonna be annoyed.
Ready for battle.
It would suck for my voice, as well as the fact that I'm probably going to have to host and record the San Fran Chengdu game later tonight.
Are they playing later?
Yeah, they had to delay to 10 o'clock.
Attackers incoming in
because they didn't have like anyone available apparently. But now, C9 are now left to figure out what in the world they want to do. Looks like they might be running
ball. Yeah, they're gonna
like
do
a
ball
dive.
view.
Yeah.
But like what Nunu is running is very good to counter to that, because like the Sombra, like unless you are a really good ball player, it's very hard to avoid him, right? And like at the highest levels, like you could like Sombra isn't a hard counter ball, but anything below the highest levels, I would consider Sombra a hard counter.
And Adbon has been probably one of the best Sombras in the division, not counting, you know, the Contenders Trials players. So this is probably going to be a difficult go for Red X. Although Flawless is the first one to fall incredibly low with that Discord Orb on him. Keith doing a number on him there, but Peter finding Geode to start things off will open up the way for Z9 to push him to the point. The huge source of healing now gone for Noot. Flawless bunkered up into that little building.
Oh, Vex Runner.
Oh, and they lose effectively both their tanks, now literally both their tanks. Peter doing quite a lot of work. Oh, he actually sticks Daniel when he did not have the fade, or maybe he just didn't want to use it. Regardless, that is going to be first point at a blazing fast speed for Z9.
So even though they're playing the Tracer Sombra, you still have to commit to a target. Because in a longer fight, the Soldier and Tracer and the Xander just make it more value because of more damage from the Discord. So I feel like the issue was like I felt like they stood there and kind of just did nothing, while the other team set up and just got picks.
Red X looking to slam, misses his mark. I believe he got booped by Geode there. Looking to go in onto the point. Vexy will actually find Geode with his attack visor. It's the second fight in a row now that Geode dies first. Opens up the way. Sure enough, D9 are collapsing in onto the point. Herm trying to do something in the backline, but Vexy is there to protect his Zenyatta. He gets a double kill onto both DPS in the Mega Room. But actually,
Rally Briggish is the raid boss, dude.
Sure enough, as no one on Noot is around, as the team
they're gonna finish with more time. I take everything I've.
They will be able to stall for a little bit. The bomb coming in from Bakanje won't find anything, but the mines from Red X do. Flawless is back on with his Primal Rage. Won't find anything before he falls. X-Runner back on the Diva Mech. Bomb will not find anything. Stalling out for a good amount of time. It actually might stall it for enough time to make it...
I take back everything I said.
Effectively equal. The 4 seconds isn't going to make a notable difference here, but it will determine Noot to attack first.
I'm sorry I doubted you, Z9. I'm sorry. You made me eat my words.
As it turns out, these teams just suck on defense. Noot once again have their opportunity to steamroll through as hard as they possibly can and prove that they were not memeing, or that they were memeing the first 3 maps.
Yeah.
Interested to see if Z9 changes anything up on their defense. It looks like they will. They're going to stick with this ball diva that works so well for them. They've had enough of this Devil Shield.
Attackers incoming
Yeah.
in 30 seconds.
And I think it's very effective, like especially if it enables like one of your better players, like Keith, who, if I remember correctly, to look really good against like Pascal in this NVZ matchup like a week or 2 ago.
Yep.
Like Keith is a very dangerous player, and if you enable him and then you allow MKey, like I'm not like Brig is just like Brig is just Brig, right? You know, and it's just disappointing. Please nerf her, please.
Samito needs to make a few more Twitter videos.
Yes, bro.
We need to hit that quota before they finally decide to nerf. Anyways, pretty much same compositions, almost mirrored aside from these supports. No surprises there, as these have been the picks basically the entire series for these teams on the support lineups. Flawless getting incredibly low, taking a lot of poke damage. Finally getting healed up by Daniel, who almost has his nano boost, worth noting, whereas neither of these supports on Z9 are even remotely close. Peter trying to cause a ruckus in the backline. Flawless actually getting stunned out of his run, and Bond getting booped off. Interesting.
But Red X dying too.
Oh no, Geo gets stuck, and Peter just doing basically Peter things, whatever he wants, essentially. Noot will have about one more good fight in them. After that's really just staggered. Adbon decides, you know what, I'm just gonna play Doomfist.
It's almost like these that I really appreciate the 2CP change from a while ago.
Yeah. It would be a nightmare if we were still on 4+ minutes right now.
Red X? Oh, I thought he about to. Oh, he had me scared.
Adbon running over to the other high ground looking for some picks, but he's not really finding too much for the time being. Zoning, and Noot needs to get on point eventually as Keith is getting pressured out by Flawless, uses the trance to save his own life. And Adbon will be the first to fall in that engagement. Term uses his attack visor, not finding too much. Brought Bakanje down rather low.
Oh, wow.
Term and
Nice
Vexy
sleep
fall
from Daniel.
immediately. Jude actually getting the boop kill onto Keith. Not so much a boop as much as the damage itself. Next, with the mines onto the point, will force Noot back, but they do have the overtime tick burning. Adbon looking for anything, but he's fighting the raid boss currently.
Oh, big boop from Red X.
Booped into the mines. Bomb from Bakanje will not find anything, but it looks like this will be a first hold for Z9. So this might be a draw. Who knows? Or maybe Z9 will
Why would
descend
you
it.
jinx it? Why?
Nothing I can say or do will change the outcome of this.
Big, honestly, like, they almost had it because the sleep onto the visoring, whoever the soldier was for Z9. Big sleep, big kill. Like, they forced out trans early. Like, the biggest thing is, like, Red X just got super value on the bomb. I mean, on the mines, where he was able to boop 2 people into it. And Red X really saved that point for them, frankly.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Red X and Peter were just able to stay alive forever.
They do have their opportunity to roll on through.
Ready for battle.
Just need a singular tick and about 2 minutes to do so, but Noot did have difficulty doing so, so who knows? They'll be able to, especially with a different defense that we've been seeing, that we are seeing compared to what we have been seeing for Noot.
Ah, yes, Torb, the true dive counter.
Otherwise, we'll be seeing basically the same thing for C9, as it seemed to work for them for the most part. Vexy getting a lot of value on the soldier, and Peter basically doing whatever he wanted. So, maybe less so now, Adbon on the Torb.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we will wait and see.
Defend objective A.
Immediately Term getting Vexy rather low there. And low enough to send him back to spawn, as it would so happen. M-Key next on the chopping block, it appears to be. He's getting rather low, but Red X fighting too with a singular pile drive kill. Term will get rezzed up, but Daniel is permanently out of this fight. For the time being, Red X falling, however, does create an opening for Noot to hold this point. There's a lot of damage gone. Peter falling incredibly low, does not have recall anymore. He falls off the map. Unfortunate. Yeah, and Runner finding 2 kills there. That will secure the points, giving Daniel the opportunity to...
Good draws, I blame you.
Vexy. Vexy coming back on the Widowmaker, actually finding Daniel.
Bakad, like, they just
Bakande in the
spawn
background.
camped him.
Yep, basically, they do not want that Baptiste coming back anytime soon. Looks like Noot are forced into this little cubby, as Vexy finds Flawless. Bakanje does fall, however. Flawless is rezzed up, and we're back to where we started, essentially, except without Bakanje. Keith getting a little bit overly aggressive, but Vexy finding Term. Beautiful pick there. I'm just spectating the Widowmaker, and this looks like it might be going in favor of Z9. If Vexy can hit a shot onto an Orisa of all things, Geo decides to go anti-sniper mode, and actually finds him. Oh, this is going on forever. We got 30 seconds remaining. Z9 has the ult advantage. Oh, sorry, that was Daniel on the Lucio. I'm just so used to Geo being the Reddit Lucio.
Now Break just is live at point.
Yep, okay, and this is going to be going in favor of Z9. as there's not too many people remaining on point. But Kanji tosses out the bomb. They can't stall. Flawless is taken out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3-1 for Z9. That was what a... That was a 3-2.
Play of the game.
Okay, so wow. Honestly, I would say the big thing I noticed there is that I love the bank shot kill. I would say the big thing I noticed there is that Red X actually played really well on the last map. A lot better than I think he did the first, like, even the first 2 maps, 3 maps. Like, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
And like the boobs he got in the mines, like how he was. I think he outbuilt whoever was on ball for the other team on mines. So, yeah.
Let's see who on Z9 wants to interview. I get the feeling Bakanji's gonna say, because there's not very many of Z9 in the lobby. Bakanje, sounds like. Score update on the other games. I believe this just finished. Love Muffin beats Easy Clap 3-1. Let's see. Let's get Bakanje in a casting booth 1. Oh, someone else dragged him. Okay.
I gotta ban Acri now. That sucks. The stream hasn't finished yet.
What?
What?
The stream for Easy Clap versus Love Muffin hasn't finished yet. And you just said what the
It's a
score was
3-minute
before it
delay.
finished.
Chill.
Wait, did they lose? No.
Anyways, congrats Bakanje on the win. Hard-fought victory.
Yeah.
Interesting game in general. Both teams had really odd lineups, I guess.
It wasn't that odd. We just didn't have Ultra, I guess. So we put Red
Yeah,
X
once you
instead.
came in.
Yeah, first map was Juice, so I would consider that pretty
I guess. I just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's kind of unlucky.
unluckers.
I reckon it's a bug on JDiff.
Alright. So, oh, I'm tired. Navino, you have any questions while I think?
I guess, like, did you get the vibe that Nunu was trolling with the off rolls and then switching to last map?
Honestly, external DPS was probably better than Advan's DPS, but
Oh!
yeah, they were kind of trolling with the. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's not even that terrible that they were on off rolls because Advan hit his peak on flex support, I think, and he's playing flex support first 2 games. Daniel's a tank player in general. It's like
Really?
it's not even an off roll. So an Xner used to play DPS, and he's a 41 peak on DPS. So it's not even that bad that they were off rolling.
So, I guess then, like, what was your plan going into the night? Did you plan around not having Ultra, or did you plan around the comps you think they were gonna run?
We just came in knowing that double shield was gonna be really good.
Yeah.
So we just played that, and then they kind of countered around Volskaya, or started to counter it. So we just went back to what we were playing last week.
Fair enough.
It worked.
Alright, well, I only have one question for you. That would be, so who's the primary shot caller in your team?
Probably Boss Baby, I think.
Who's that?
AJMR Keith.
Keith? Okay. Just curious, because you guys swapped around your lineup a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. When Ultra's there, it's Ultra, but
I figured that
Ultra.
much.
And it is mainly Keith calling today.
Yeah.
Keith and Peter, really.
Well, that's all. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's responding to Twitch chat. Anyways,
Actually,
that's
I
all.
actually do have a question.
Okay.
What's up?
So wait, I feel like I already asked this question, but how would we go about getting Six team players.
Have your manager.
Out of curiosity.
5 of the 6 teams, I think, have to agree to it.
5? Okay, I think that's possible.
Get the managers to say fine to it. Like, staff really doesn't care one way or the other. It's just like.
Does
if the
Love Muffin's
teams-
opinion counts?
Yeah. I mean, they are a team.
They are an expert team.
They are a team.
Wait, is an alternative having just Z9 and Love Muffin playing for 4th seed? Does that work? Is that like a viable option? If both teams agree? I'm grasping for straws here.
I'm too tired, man. I've been play-by-play
I mean,
casting for like 4
technically,
hours.
According to the League Zero rules, like, actually, correct me if I'm wrong. Anything is viable as long as majority, like the threshold of managers, like which is 5 of 6, agree to it.
All right, we're gonna get that petition
Just
running.
get Juice to talk with the other managers and manager chat or whatever, and talk with staff. We really don't care. Like whatever the majority of people want, we'll do it.
All right. Yeah. Is that it?
All right. Yeah. So, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I've got nothing else. So I'm tired.
I'm vibing.
All right, I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
All right, have a good night. Good
Bye.
games.
All right. Well, hope you all enjoyed this game. I have been play-by-play casting for 3.5 hours now, so I'm slightly dead, and I probably will have to record another game later tonight. So hope you all enjoyed this game. Interesting outcome. I don't understand Noot in the slightest. They just kind of swap their lineup as they please. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this. That's all I've got. I'm going to stop talking now. See ya.